I'm just on here seeing where God's leading me. I'll be on here until I get off. People been asking me to come on here so they can talk to me. When will I go live again? When will I go live again? Every time I got time to go live, no one's there. God's been making me deal with patience for a long time. To me, it seems like everybody's waiting to pass away. Because I've been here a long time speaking, asking for people to listen. Anybody who wants to come in, I'm on here for a Q&A. I'll be on here for maybe 2-3 hours. And in between time, I'll just be chit-chatting. I think the setting is set for anybody who wants to come in. Piper, I just sent you an invite. Once the first person comes in, they all come in. Let me see who I can invite. Who's online? Cicero, I sent him one. Let's see who else might be on there. Smiles, I sent him one. Okay, I sent a couple of invites. I've been on the internet for a long time, telling people what's coming. And God told me today to get online and stay online until He tells me to get offline. I've never done this before, so I'm doing it. I supposedly have invites set up where you can just come in. I see invites popping up and closing. How many of you, was Pepper still here? Okay. I'll ask Pepper. Have you been noticing around the world in videos, especially on TikTok, how people are noticing that they can walk on land and it seems to be moving like a waterbed? There's a reason for that. While the soil is under liquefaction. That's what that's called. I see people talking about quicksand and all of these other things. But, you know, the teacher doesn't appear until the student is ready. I've been on here teaching people, telling people, warning people. Then they tell me, when are you going to go live? When are you going to go live? Then I go live. This is the first time for a Q&A session. Yeah, I like that. AI summary. I like that. Let me post that. I can't even post that. Keep that up top. Well, waiting for you guys to come in. I dropped some jewels. Let me see. The Madrid fault in the United States is starting to have seismic activity. That seismic activity is for a reason. Oh, and so I don't get knocked. This is for entertainment purposes only. So you don't get that twisted and say, oh, he's doing something he's not supposed to be doing. Okay, let's say this. This like usually gets people attention. AI summary, I hope you're still listening. Hypothetically speaking, if an event was to go off that was similar to the 1800s, right along when Rothschild and the Rockefellers started conquering lands, if there was a time like that and it was close to now, you would see the Madrid fault start to have tremors, with the tremors of 3 to 4. Then also you will see in the United States and across the world, you will see the beginning of a pole shift. This event is connected to the, what was it called back in the 1900s? Well, the 19th century, but the 1800s. This is why all your buildings are, this was established in 1800 this, established in 1800s that, no, 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 no. And I see everybody on TikTok and everywhere else talking about, ooh, Tartaria, look how the buildings was there, and look how they're on horses and carriages, and oh, it was the mud flood, it was this and it was that. I keep telling people how wrong it is. But just saying hypothetically, if I was correct, right? People haven't studied landmass or plate tectonics, like something like the Hayward fault. They wouldn't expect nothing like that. Or the alluvian fan, something they wouldn't discuss either. But see, when I discuss these things with my family, they don't want to listen. So I've been forced to go to the internet and let the internet decide if what I'm saying is fact or fiction. Places like Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, California especially, places like LA, Long Beach, Santa Ana, places like Seattle, Washington, San Francisco Bay Area, these places are soon, well, hypothetically speaking, might have where their land start to suffer from liquefaction. Liquefaction is when you're walking on the ground and the ground that you stand on that you're used to being solid is starting to move under the ground. The sediments are moving and water is coming in, so your land moves like a waterbed. This is the first symptoms that either lava or something under the ground is moving at a rapid pace. Now, another thing that I would like to say, that's only just hypothetical, you know, I'm just speaking hypothetically. The difference in temperature between ice and water is 1 degree. I say that for a reason. Knowledge is the key. What up? I've been asking you guys to come in so you can ask questions, because I could be sitting here doing it all. But just like Christ, he had the power to do anything he wanted to do because he was God. God in the flesh. Not everybody has to believe that, but some of you believe in Osiris, some of you believe in Ra. Whatever you choose to believe in, all those scriptures came from one writing. So they're all referring to the same period, the same time. Some of those wasn't in paper. Some of those was on the walls, like Egypt, Rome, such. Now, you need someone to define these things, and that's what happens at the end of an age. A Messiah will come. This type of knowledge, they used to call it Gnostic. This was the teachings right before the apostolic time, which they think is gone, because the apostles in that time, they would touch the sick and they would be healed, and all the things Jesus did was in that time, and then out of nowhere it just stopped. Similar to how they said they had the Ark of the Covenant, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Now, I use certain words on the internet to spark the minds of, like Christ said, for he who has an ear, let them hear, and he who has eyes, let them have eyes to see. Even his disciples, they argued amongst themselves because it was a point to that argument. Who is the greatest amongst thee? And Christ said, knowing what they thought, he perceived their thoughts and said before they can contest that the greatest amongst thee were children, because the children have a mind of wonder. Adults have the minds of conquering and I know it all. So it's hard to teach an adult. So that's why God waited me to reach the 52 years to start giving out this ministry. A ministry of the gospel. For as I'm speaking it and I'm telling it, as Christ did, I am doing. I am what's known as a Negro from America. This is the bloodline of Judah. Now, they told you the history one way, and I've been telling it another way. And it hasn't been getting your attention, but the weather has. And I've been telling you about the things of the weather before they happen. How much longer are you going to want me to do that before you get it? I gave you my birthday, August 23rd, 1973. That was to point out something. I also told you that I was conceived in Dumas. That was to point out something. Then I told you that my mother, before I was born, went to the West. That was to point out something. It's a little too late for me to wait for people to realize the parables that I'm giving. And because there's such little time left, by October, America will be changed. Remember, I started this off talking about liquefaction and the Madrid Fault. I haven't been off on anything I've said yet. That's not to brag or boast, it's to save you. For most of you don't know how to save yourselves, but it's been written all over the world. But in order to save yourself, you must understand as above, so below, so within, so without. These are riddles because in the time when you were speaking this, you were going against the beast system. And to speak against the beast system was to get beheaded or burned at the stake, Knights Templars. And those who tell the truth, you become the devils, the evil people. Like Knights Templar became the worshippers of Baal, but yet in Christianity you see that still, presumably. So I've been telling you these clues because the clues are all over the Bible. See, the Bible is about biology. But the biology is what came second, the physical. What came first was the spiritual. Now, whatever place you want to do it, it's all the same story, but in the end, all this will be explained, which I have been doing. But when the truth finally comes out, it unites all of the religions. It doesn't separate the religions. It's because you've been taught from the Sanskrit on to today. You believe in Nimrod and such things, that he was this giant man who carried lions as pets and so on and so on. But the truth is more far deeper than what you have heard. And I've been on here, what now? Maybe 20-something minutes, and no one's came in. but I pour out knowledge more than anyone in TikTok. My batting average is over 100%. There's a reason. Now, for people who believe in coincidences, let's take these coincidences into light. There's a coincidence that says that the American Negro is the real bloodline of Judah. Coincidence that I have a line on my shirt that's king, and I'm claiming to be a Negro from America, and I'm telling you I am that scepter of Judah. Not just any Judah, not any Negro, but the. For what I'm saying to you, God has provided a way to separate man's ego. Because with money and wealth, you can change things and you can manipulate people. So in the Emerald Tablets that I wrote a long time ago, that you call the Philosopher's Stones, what you call alchemy, I can teach. But it's nothing of what you think it is. For the Philosopher's Stone is when the energy of feminine energy and masculine energy is in complete balance. Now this gets to a stage when you're one with God, like the Christ consciousness or the Christos. This Christ consciousness, they tell you in the Bible that Jesus at 33, he reached this. This is a parable. This is a story describing something. It has to be deciphered. Like Baal or Baal, Ba, Al, these are chemical compounds. That's one truth. Another truth this is really the name Sophie or Sophia, which takes you back to whatever time period you want to go into. If you want to go into what people know today, because in America we romanticize the Roman period and the Egyptian period. So in the Egyptian time period you had Ra, who was in the beginning, and then he had two, and then those two had four, and on the way on down to where the scripture be changed, where it was a woman above and there was a man below, and when the man laughed, the earth quaked. Geb and Newt. These are not the true stories. So let me tell you, for people who learn by fact-checking, I was born August 23rd, 1973, 1:54 a.m. But yeah, I'm going to do you a favor, because a lot of people don't have time to study and they can't have time to remember. This is live, so therefore you can't fast forward and rewind. So let me do it for you. You let me know when you get tired of the coincidences. For I was trying to make it where people could prove themselves. Because heaven, it has different categories. Just on earth, there's different categories of beings. Although you think everybody is the same human. This is entertainment purposes only. It's up for you to have the discernment, and like me doing tarot for you, breaking that down, which I could do. People always asking me about tarot, and hey, you want me to do a reading for you? How can you ask Thoth, who gave writing and mathematics to humanity, no time period, I can't decipher what you're doing. For there is nothing new under the sun. Let me prove it to you. Let's go to what everybody believes is the smartest thing on the earth, right? Y'all love old Google. AI, artificial intelligence, but there's something greater than that, absolute intelligence. For AI has been here before. It was a tool since Atlantis. Electricity's been here before. What you call zero gravity has been here before. Zero gravity is easy to explain. See, what you're using is force. You got to use a lot of force to go somewhere. When in reality, there's a push and pull from different polarities. Once you understand the push and pull, there's another in the center. Once you understand the center between the push and the pull, the infinity symbol, the number 8 symbol. For once you understand energy, frequency, and vibration, you can manipulate a person. And you can sit back and watch them tell you what they know. And then you separate the ones from the ones who truly know. It's chess. It's simple. It's not hard. Now, let's do this here. August 23rd, 1973, at 1:54 a.m. What was the constellational position at that time? Let's try this again. August 23rd, 1973, 1:54 a.m. How does this tie to the scriptural Metatron? You're not recording? How about I type it? I don't know what talk to text don't never work for me. For the last, 8-10 years, I gave you these clues. Like, the Bible is pointing to a person, but if you believe in coincidences, this is why Christ, when he was trying to tell people the truth of things, he had to go out. He had to find people, because not everybody's at the same frequency. Everybody can have frequencies put out, but if you're not tuned to a frequency, you can't pick up the message that's being delivered. And because of this, the disciples said, why do you speak in parables? And Jesus said, for the word is not meant for everybody. For those who can hear it will hear it. So I tested people to do this. It's to save the people of Zion. Because this is how you got trapped in the thing you are now. People have studied the people with intelligence, and then they kill them off. But you were given the scriptures to show you the way out of this maze. And me being the one knowing this, I'm banished by my family and friends, but yet I still go on. This is what's called in Isaiah 52, which was another secret, another hint. Isaiah is based on what's called time, inside of time, although the book was written outside of. This is why they'll never get rid of the book. But in the world right now, they only have, this is 2026, they got 4 years left of knowledge. So you're going to hear real soon, especially this year, you're going to start hearing about how the governments of the world are going to be looking for people who can predict. That's how they're going to try to say it at first. But they got computers. Computers supposed to be going, what are they, sentient and all of this. Boy, they put it in. They put it everywhere. Like, I'm supposed to be talking to kids, okay? For example, kids with kids. When I was growing up, we had Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man. Now you got X-Men, Marvel. These were comic books, but it's all the same. It's talking about the people of Israel. You are the so-called extraterrestrials. Once again, this is entertainment purposes only. You are the extraterrestrials. All these tarot cards about the 12 tribes, people don't even understand this. They don't know that.
Extraterrestrial?
Like,
What the fuck is you talking about, my nigga?
huh?
What you mean extraterrestrials, my G?
Extraterrestrial means, oh, first of all, before I go anywhere with that, I'm 52 years old.
Oh
So
shit, you're 52. Yeah.
I don't wanna. Most people like to start mess for clout, I would say.
Yeah, niggas do be
Like,
clout
I want
chasing.
to answer your question. But I don't know if it was the mic, but when you came on, it was like, I'm a street person too.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, my G. So I don't know if you gangster disciple or what. And you was like, let's just say you came on streetwise. And if this was your
Nah, I
page
feel
and I
it.
came on your page like that, and the way I'm hearing you talk, you would probably respond with, say fam, what you doing coming on my page talking to me like that? Slow up, family. Slow up. You don't know
Hey
me like that,
yo.
fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
So do you want knowledge or do you want to sit here and,
look.
yo, what is you talking about, fam? Tell me something, fam, because I'm high as some motherfucking shit. You talk about extraterrestrials. What you talking about, G? Like some space shit?
Oh
Like
bro, I'm
alien
trying to
shit,
figure
bro?
that
You
shit out.
tripping, bro. What type
Oh
of shit you
bro.
on? What time you on,
Oh
player?
bro.
Ain't no motherfucking aliens. Oh, you gotta explain yourself, G. Oh, I meant, like extra genes. Terrestrial is a person on Earth. I ain't talking about celestial. I'm saying you, a terrestrial, has extra genes. So you're extraterrestrial. Oh, that's what you talk about, fam. Explain your deal. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? Why didn't you say that shit here first,
Oh
then,
bro,
G?
great.
Motherfucker got to pull teeth with a nigga and shit?
Yo, you black, like trying to mock me. Like we both not black. Like look. Yeah, we need to come out of the. We gotta stop. We. I'm not saying shit to you unless I'm using like white nigga words or like. Do you want me to get in my particular fashion, sir? Do you want me to
No,
stretch out my
I
vernacular,
want you
sir?
to get, I want you to
Cause
know
cause cause
how
cause
to
I have a
respect
pretty good
one
vernacular,
another.
sir.
It's about respect. You can talk hood and still be respectful. What that got to do with anything? Because I'm never going to go against my culture. I'm not talking about how my culture is. I love my culture, but inside my culture, when a boy comes around, I got to let a boy know that I'm a man. See, this on the internet, this can go on and on because the person on the other side of the
Bro.
internet could be a clout chasing keyboard pimp.
Merch. Yeah, that's a fact.
But I'm the type that'll pull up where you at.
Bro.
And I got people that can pull up if you're too far away. You don't know me. I'm trying to be polite because you sound young.
Oh, folks, them G. And that's
See, I
crazy.
can get
Why?
Crips, Bloods, folks, Jankster disciples. I have friends on every side because they respect real.
Bro, that's cool, bro. You saying
Yeah.
that like that means something, nigga. Why
No,
y'all
I'm saying like I'm standing on
look
my
at niggas
10
like
toes.
that?
What
Yeah,
you
this,
gonna do on
this
my
nigga
page?
my G,
That's
this
what I'm
nigga
saying.
my blood,
I'm
this nigga
respecting
my
you
crip,
enough where
we
you can
black.
get on here and keep talking. So go ahead. Shoot your shit.
Yo, what's up, bro? You did you sell your soul? You don't gotta lie to me, my nigga.
What does sell your soul mean?
All right, so you did.
Tell me what selling your soul mean so I can answer you. Because I'm not mad at you. I just thought that you would respect me more talking to you like a crazy man.
Yeah, man. You sold your soul, bro.
How? Tell me how. And how do you do it?
I mean, shit, you the one who did it, my G.
You said I did it. So you know if you're talking with facts, then you should support your facts.
All right, so who's operating through you as we speak? Who am I talking to right now? Who's speaking through you?
Right now, who you're talking to, it was the name Kenneth Earl Pickett, born August 23rd, 1973. That was the name my mother gave me.
So
Now, if
so
you
what's
want
the
the
other
street name, that's KP.
That's the alter ego name, right?
No, alter ego is whatever you want to choose to adapt to other than yourself. I know who I am. I am what I say I am. Thoth, Metatron, Enoch.
Fuck, my nigga. Shit, bro. What the fuck, bro? Niggas got you brainwashed and shit, nigga. Fuck.
Oh, yeah? Well, how would I prove differently?
Bro, cause I know,
How
bro,
would you
like,
prove? How
bro,
would you prove that?
Cause it's on you, bro. It's on you, bro.
How would you prove it?
I can sense your aura.
Would I prove it by giving you the dimensions of the Sphinx? Would I prove it by giving you the Emerald Tablets? Would I prove it by telling you what the Philosopher's Stone is?
You can prove it by telling me who your God
it?
is, bro.
God, same God as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Bomba clot. Jesus.
Bumba clot. Oh, you're Benjamin.
Nigga said Benjamin.
Yeah, Jamaicans. Jamaicans are Benjamin of the 12 tribes.
Yeah, I'm Jamaican. What's
you don't have to accept that. You can say you're not of the 12 tribes.
Nah, I don't even know what that shit mean. I just know I'm Jamaican.
Benjamin means Jamaicans. Jamaicans was the youngest of the 12 tribes. They came from wait a minute, you said I don't know this stuff. What do you know?
I know a little something.
Okay, you know a little something. How do you don't know who you are?
Nah, I know I'm Jamaican.
Okay, what is Jamaican?
Who I am.
Are they of the 12 tribes?
I mean, that's what's said. That's what
okay.
That's what y'all say. But shit,
which one would it be?
I don't got no proof on that shit. Bro, great. I don't got no proof on that shit.
Okay, well you're from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something special about Jamaica.
All right, go on.
Jamaica, you got Black River. You got Black River, Jamaica. That was the first place in Jamaica that got electricity. There was also the port harbor where the transatlantic slaves of the Hebrews came. That was the port that they used. Did you know that?
Nah, bro. I thought Jamaicans been in Jamaica, bro.
Oh, you're playing. Okay, I get it.
Oh, now I'm playing.
I mean, because I just gave you information, and you got another phone or something you can Google it?
Yeah, bro. I know what you're speaking on, bro. This is that Hebrew Israelite talk, gang. It's that Freemasonic talk, nigga.
No.
Yeah.
Masonic is what my everybody above me in my family they
I
believe
know
in that.
I know this.
The 33rd order. I'm against all that. I'm the black sheep of the family. That's what I'm
nigga.
trying to say. I'm trying to demolish that teaching that okay, this is what I'm doing. I preach oneness. I preach the same thing as in the Bible. In the Bible is speaking of consciousness, the consciousness of God, and how you get to that consciousness. I'm trying to give the truth, and I know by going live I have to go through this because it's more fun and more conversation when you can talk about, when we're down in each other, it's easier to do. It's much harder to uplift somebody. We've got that down pat. We know the savage part. We know the bestiality part, but we don't want to go
Hey,
to the.
yo. Nigga said bestiality. What the fuck? Hey, yo, cuz. What the fuck?
Oh, so you don't understand that? Well, then you understand the other side of it. I
Bro,
don't know
I
where
know
you
what you
at on
talking.
your.
I know what you talking about, bro. I get it, bro.
Okay, the root. That's what. Okay, I'll talk like Barack says. The reptilian brain. We still have a little bit of the reptilian brain active.
What the fuck?
That's the root chakra. Now, the Christos
Oh, I
is
like that word,
knowing
Christos.
things like, I don't
Pineal
know where you at.
gland.
You understand Shalom Olashim?
Hell nah.
Do you understand Yahoo?
Nope.
Do you understand agape love? Okay.
Nah, bro, I don't, bro.
In Isaiah 11 and 28 and 53, there states the 7 spirits of God you must have and display when dealing with the world, because the world will test you. So you have to have the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of understanding, the spirit of counsel, the spirit of might, the spirit of knowledge, and the fear of the Lord. Those are the 7 spirits of God. The other 7, they posted in movies like the 7 deadly sins, and we know these real easy. So obviously I'm wasting my time on here.
Bro, no, you not,
I
bro.
let
You
God
know how you can help, bro.
I let
Help me
God lead
understand
me.
this Hebrew Israelite perspective, bro. Or known as Shalom Yashum. Like, where does this shit come from? Any of our ancient cultures or civilizations or some shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it that I see mostly Freemasonic organizations using these terms?
Okay, good question. The reason why I use the terms to get you to understand, like Oshe Shalom, Sonini, Nini Na, Rohak Hakadesh, Agape Love, this is blessing upon you. Now, if you break it down, Oshe Shalom, that's Hebrew. When I say Sonini Nini Na, that's African dialect. When I say Ruha HaKodesh, that's Jewish dialect. I'm using all dialect, bringing them together as one. Now, the reason why I'm doing that, because if we are to know who we are, we must know where we came from. And to know where we came from, we can't understand how the Hebrews of today, we're here today, but there's going to be another 120 years from now when we go through these changes that's coming now, that they're going to be saying what the Hebrews was talking then, but they're going to see the rap. Right now, we don't see ourselves as Hebrew. We're just American Negroes and such and such and such and such, Jamaicans and such and such and such and such. But if we go back in history, we can only study history from the words that they have. And those words that they have, we have to decipher those words, what you call reverse engineering. Now, we, the black people, the people of the 12 tribes, we have been in every period of history. This is in Daniel 13, where it talks about the statues from all the way from the Medes all the way up into today. Now, when you go back and look at that history, these words, you're not going to see the words of today. We spend too much time on, oh, you saying Jesus, but the J wasn't made. Okay, well then what about January and July and June? When did those months start? When did who gave the apple the color red? Who said it was red? We got to keep going through all of that. So what I try to break down is something that can't be taken away from or retranslated. That's what's above. That separates man from his knowledge and pocket from pocket. Now we're doing as the ancestors did. And then they wrote it in their language. So I start from there, what they were looking at, what the three wise men saw for them to come to America. That's what I'm doing.
I fuck with that. But like, where you get your proof from? Like, how you know they
I'm
were
a
saying these
scribe.
words?
I'm a scribe. And we all have different rates of discernment. I was born August 23rd. August 23rd, that's the Leo Virgo cusp. Leo Virgo cusp in tarot, you'll see this as the strength card. Virgo, the woman with the 8 above her head, and Leo, the lion. That's the cusp of Leo Virgo. That is known as the Hierophant, the high priest, or Melchizedek. Everything we wrote was based on the stars. Like the number 33 is tied to the Messiah. So you got to find that truth in 3 parts. God does everything in 3 parts. Like for instance, Dumas, Arkansas, where I was conceived, that's the 33rd parallel. But where I was born, the Oakland Hospital, the Highland Heights, that is connected to the tip of the Sphinx. Now, my birthday is August 23rd, 1973. 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 3 is 33. At 1:54 a.m., right above the hospital was Cassiopeia. Now, back in the day, all knowledge knows this. Everybody was looking at Cassiopeia, but we fooled the rest to think it was Orion's belt. Cassiopeia spins around and never leaves her position. She follows the Sirius star, the center star. That star is where you get Masonic, the M, because in the sky she looks like an M. And when she's turned another way, it's a W. This is what the Sphinx is pointing at. This is what the Giza is pointing at. This is what Thoth was talking about. This is what Enoch tried to bring in, and Enoch became Metatron, only to come back in the flesh on that same day. This could be talk, or you can look it up and separate coincidence from fact. And the quicker we do that, the quicker we will understand how to know ourselves. Or we're going to continue being put in our face the truth, like the Tomorrow War. They want to put it in your face, and then everybody's going, oh, they got to tell us before it happens. Why they got to tell you? If you don't know, why they got to tell you? It's not that. It's that God is omnipresence. He's consciousness.
Hold on.
And God is everywhere. If you go in the sky, God's there. If you go in the water, God's there. If you go in the fish, God's there. If you go in the plants, God's there.
Yo,
repeat
that. You said that they don't gotta show you before they do it.
Oh, no, what I'm saying is we're giving too much power to people we've never seen. We're always saying that the elites are doing this and the elites are doing that. We're taking God out of it. Why not God make them make a movie for us to see?
Why would God do that?
Because he's trying to wake you up. Because God is outside of time and the physical space. How would he reach you in that?
I don't know, but I don't think he would reach you through like a evil way. These
No, it's
niggas
not an
going
evil way.
crazy shit.
Christ said this. If they tell you that God is over there or over there or over there, it's a lie. Christ was pointing you to within yourself. Thoth, the Thoth character, who did the same thing as the Jesus character, who did the same thing as the Hermetis character, who did the same thing as the Enoch character, who did the same thing as the Moses character, who did the same thing as the John character, who did the same thing as the Elijah character, who did the same thing as the Abraham character. This is a consciousness that you reach. And I'm trying to tell the truth. And because I'm doing exactly as the scriptures say, singing the new song, people will say you're crazy before they believe you, i.e. the Matrix. Some people are so locked in that they're waiting to destroy some people. They're not listening to listen. They're listening to react. Because if a true person is speak the truth, he will stand in royalty. He won't run from nothing. He will stand his square and his ground until you move, because the truth stays still. But do we want to know the truth? Like,
Shit.
for instance, birthdays mean things. What's today? Give you an example. Billionaires, they study the stars. Why? Jay-Z, he say numbers don't lie. Men and women do. Why did he say that?
Oh shit, I ain't even think about it like that. Oh
So,
shit. Yo,
April
why did he say that
27th,
shit?
because the stars are in fixed position. We live and die on Earth, but stars don't. And they have a fixed position. This is what the three wise men understood. They knew that the Christ was coming and he'd be a fisherman of men. And if you look in the sky, you'll find Pisces. Pisces has an energy to it. That energy is submission. He submitted to God. These stories are stories of the zodiac. For in the beginning of the Bible, you see the ram, Aries. And then when that time changed, Moses came down and told the people, and he destroyed it, Taurus. See, this knowledge they didn't want you to have, because this knowledge will have you going inside. Once inside, you don't need a pastor. You don't need government, for you are independent. And independent is something you can't control. That's freedom. But long as I can govern your mental, I can keep telling you lies, and you will become independent of me.
Okay. Okay. Nigga got so you got all this knowledge, bro, but you talk about some Abrahamic gods, bro.
But didn't it work for you to get on here and say, bro, what the fuck? And now you see what's in me? Did it work?
Did what work, bro?
Did it get you to see what made you change your mind from the first? If I wouldn't have been talking about something that got you on here to say, whoa, you wouldn't see what I'm telling you now. If my daughter wants to take if I got to make my daughter take a pill, I know how to wrap it in something sweet to get her to do it.
So what is that called, bro? What's that? What's that? A Masonic tactic?
No,
Sound like it.
it's a knowing. Once you know a thing, you don't repeat a thing. Ignorance is repeating something over and over and thinking you're going to get different results.
Are you the Messiah, bro?
Yes.
That ass?
Yes. You know, Messiah
Swamp?
means teacher.
Oh, like you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
I know. But I
The
also
CIA, the
asked you, did you know
CIA said they.
Messiah means teacher?
Nah, I ain't
I'm
know that. I know
saying
now.
that the thing that the
Matter of
scriptures
fact, let
is
me look that
talking
shit up.
about, the thing that scriptures write about, that's me. But what you believe the scriptures is writing about is not me. So ask yourself, where did King James out of Britain, where did he get the scripts to make all the King James version? How he gathered a bunch of people together and they picked books and made the King James version. Let's start there. Where the fuck did they get these writings from?
It's a
And
good
then on
question.
top of that, let's go all the way back to the Noah's flood and go back to Africa where everybody came from. On the walls out there, they have the same damn thing. Except you call it hieroglyphs. How does the walls say the same thing in King James Version? If we're talking about letters, fuck the letters. Let's look at the hieroglyphs. Now, what do we fight against? I'm trying to eliminate the bullshit so you can start chewing on the meat.
Pause. He was about to say it. He was about to say pause. Keep it a buck, gang.
No, I wasn't going to say pause. I'm not from New York. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from the Bay Area, Oakland.
That's like universal lingo, bro.
Yeah, but you know, it's different cultures and amongst us. We like the rainbow. We come in different flavors. In New York, we stomp boots. In New York and in California, we wear Cortez. And on the East Coast, you got all the fashion. On the West Coast, we wear Dickies.
That's not lingo.
That's not lingo. That's culture. Cultures is what it's all about, not race. Race brings division, and any house divided is destroying itself, like Democrat, Republican. Like for instance, I give you an example. Like I was telling you, where Jay-Z says, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Billionaires, governments, all the people you call elites, they go by the numbers. They go by the facts. They don't give a damn who give it to them. 8-year-old, 30-year-old, they're like that. It's us, the people who they've taught to be different. They taught us how to be consumers. They didn't teach their kids that. Anybody born on April 27th, according to the stars, This is at 6 and 8 degrees, which makes Taurus. This makes it a fixed earth sign. Those born on April 27 can usually be found working behind the scenes. Generally, they do not assume the leading role unless drafted or forced to do so. So I'm reading something that's wrote about somebody that will be born before they're born. I'm doing this because it was a question given to me about the scriptures and how I'm using Oshe Shalom, so nini na. Why are you using all those words when we're saying spirit, Lord, wisdom, and understanding? But they wasn't using that. So I got to let you know they were reading the stars. And when you read the stars, it's the same thing over and over with. Or you can go to the King James Version where God says, I'm the same and I have not changed.
Yo, time out. Yo, what is that painting behind you, bro?
Oh, you don't like black love, huh?
Oh, I ain't even see that. I just saw the bottom of it.
I know you looking for some devil shit. You won't find that over here, player. You want to
Nah,
look
I
for
ain't, I
something
ain't
else?
looking for no devil shit. I would have knew if you was doing some
What you
devil
thought it
shit.
was then? Tell me what you thought it was.
I was trying to see what the fuck it was.
Okay, what you thought it was for you to assume? Cause will you?
shit.
All right,
It
I'm out here. Somebody
looked like an
complained.
arm.
I don't know what I said. I didn't cuss nobody out. I got a strike for what?
That's a sign, bro.
Yeah, you right.
It's a universal sign,
Peace
bro.
out. Yeah, you right. I'm gonna get off.
Your
Thanks,
cover's
bro, for
blown,
being here.
bro.
I appreciate. Huh? Oh, good. That was probably the reason. All right, get him off. Okay, that's what was the reason. Okay, I dig it. I got to post him on YouTube for sure. What minute were we at? I gotta mark him. Yeah, I got him. He's going on my YouTube page. Okay. I might as well finish this. Day 27th, April 27th. You are known as the Hermit. This is the day of the Hermit. The strengths of the Hermit is self-sufficient, dedicated, and centered. The weakness is withdrawn, over-serious, and repressed. Those born April 27 can usually be found working behind the scenes. Generally, they do not assume the leading role unless drafted or forced to do so. They are happiest when they can function undisturbed, tucked away in a safe place where they give their all to the private endeavors. It is rare to find those born on this day preoccupied with a highly developed social life. It is usually within an institution. They are able to relate best with others. April 27 people can manifest a strong presence in human affairs without being physically present. They have great projective powers. Their thoughts, initial actions, even their image alone may serve to set things around them in motion. In solitary activity, they are never lonely, nor are they jealous of those who have greater popularity in the public eye or in the eyes of their family and friends. They seek to be useful, to get the job done, and have no time for sophisticated criticism or praise. They feel it is they themselves who know best, only too well whether they have succeeded or failed, and have little need for outside elevation. Those born on this day have a rare capacity to handle their occasional failures well, moving on undeterred to their next project, building on the knowledge culled from previous mistakes. In personal relationships as well as in family activities such as raising children, April 27 people function very well as long as others understand their need for privacy and desire to be alone when working. After hours, they can enjoy a quiet evening at home with their spouse and or children as well as anyone. If they are homemakers, their home will be their castle. Most needs and wants can be met in the sphere. They will demand faithfulness and dedication, however, as they are faithful and dedicated themselves. The less highly evolved of this day must be aware of becoming withdrawn, sullen, or abrasive to others. Such as April 27 people can be blunt to the point of rudeness, finding social outlets which they truly enjoy, and perhaps smoothing down some of the rough edges in their personality. They can begin a much needed socialization process. If not, they may be dooming themselves to being alone and unhappy. Those born on this day are often quite accomplished in their craft. Moreover, they know their limitations and capabilities, rarely misjudging the latter. They may, however, push themselves too hard and become of a lack of emotional maturity and suppress feelings, allow destructive outbursts which can drive others away. Their temper is not easily aroused, but once it is, watch out. The destructive powers of April 27 people are considerable. Those born on this day should seek friends who can help them lighten up. To laugh and to be less serious are two important needs. In this respect, they do well with devoted companions who are free, spirited, and playful. Those born on the 27th of the month are ruled by the number 9. 2 plus 7 equals 9. And by the planet Mars. The number 9 is powerful in its influence on other numbers. Any number added to 9 yields the same number. 5 plus 9 equals 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. This is what the elites know. Numbers. For God is a God of numbers. But people don't get it. Any number multiplied by 9 yields a 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. 4 plus 5 equals 9. And April 27 people are similarly able to influence those around them. The planet Mars is forceful and poised male energy, but in here, muted by the ruling planet of Taurus, Venus, which carries female energy. Thus, March 27 people have a unique opportunity to integrate their male and female characteristics. People who watching me, if you can go on any of my videos, ask for my Discord, and the thing that the Bible is trying to get everybody to do, I'll tell you how to do it for yourself. I don't gatekeep. It's knowing thyself, like I'm doing. I would be helping somebody born on April 27th right now, because they are the ones that know their life. They're the you in verse. To know themselves is to get on the path that God designed for you. Or I could say it like everybody else tries to say it. Before you came here, you made a contract to what you was going to do. That type of thing. This is what we struggle with in the inside. When we try to do what everybody else does, we'll do it. At first it's cool, it's fun. But after a while, if what we're doing is not our likeness, it's not filling our cup, us, the person. If you're filling the ego, you will become depressed, sick. I'm trying to relieve people of this. And because I'm doing it for free and I don't talk like everyone else, there's some type of competition when there is none. I see none. I don't come as domineering. I come as protective. I have the knowledge to protect my people who've been downtrodden. But just like the scriptures say, it'll be your own people that'll talk against you. You don't have to worry about the Gentiles, your own house. And to get you to understand that, God will place you in a house full of wolves. And you're the sheep, the black sheep. You're thinking he's talking about the world, and he's talking about the bloodlines. Your home. While people on the street will help you before your family. This is why Christ didn't come to the people who's having it good, for you wouldn't understand the word at all. It takes somebody to be broken all the way down, who can't find no other way out, where they finally start having an ear to hear. For I'm doing the same thing as Christ is doing, and you're tearing me down, someone of you. And while you're tearing me down, you're telling me how I should stand up. This is ignorance. But if I point out your ignorance, who am I to tell it? You still want to be the sick man in the bed when I'm telling you to rob. You still want to be the blind man when I'm telling you can see. You still want to be sick when I'm trying to heal you. I'm trying to tell you how to turn 3 loaves and 5 fish in a way to feed everybody. Well, you're saying that's impossible. But the impossible only comes possible when anybody other than your race does it. For the white people, it's impossible to dance like that until somebody else's race does it. To the black people, well, nothing's going to change until somebody else's races do it. Just 20 years ago, you wouldn't say shit about an alien or a UFO. Now you believe it everywhere. I come from a time when we had RCs and Tonka cars and helicopters, and now the government has it. I don't understand my people. My people got so much sense. Can't nothing come through the firmament. But yet, ooh, look, the TV says that's a UFO. The government lie about everything. Then when I tell you something other than what they say, I'm lying too. This is retarded. I break down the scriptures with truth. Do you fact check? No. You do the same thing over and over. I'm not looking for no clout. I'm not on here saying give me this and give me that for what I'm saying. Then you'll believe me, huh? If it's $5 to my cash out. Then I tell you what the Templars knew. Then I tell you, what? How did we get to this point? That where somebody will take their time to pay their electric bill, their net, to get on here to talk to you? I don't get it. Sometimes it makes me question, but then I know the Bible, and this is what it said you will do. I'm breaking down the scriptures, telling you what I'm going to do. Scripture tells you everything. For the last 8 years, and I can give you what? This is called writing a new song. I'm a scribe. I do this every day. Tons of it. I'm not getting my information from somebody else. I'm getting it from God. I don't go to school. I don't go to classes. I don't channel. I hear as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did. And I'm so authentic that you think I'm a lie. But those who have eyes to see, they can see the messages in front of them. Synchronicity. Yah kept Yah El. What does it mean? Why does he say in order that he was Thoth, Enoch, Metatron, Yah kept Yael? Why am I giving you so many hints? I'm not doing like other people do on here. Regurgitating something someone else said. I'm telling you things before the earth was created. The Tesseract. The beginning of all things. It wasn't physical. And it wasn't the angels. The angels didn't get it. One in humanity did. It's about family. And here I am trying to remind you of who you are. But you can't comprehend the things that I'm giving you. If you listen to what I'm saying, I see you, all this gematria, this, and if you know that, I speak to you in any way you are at. If you're a cook, I talk to you like a cook. If you're a farmer, I talk to you as a farmer. My knowledge is limitless. But if you don't ask, you shall not receive. You're filling scriptures. For in the end days, when the Son of Man comes, for I am the God of the living, not dead. And I got my hand out to you, trying to get you to see, removing all ego, pointing you to places man can't touch. Study the clues I give you. You don't listen. Here, with the Father. The son of perdition, you want to know who it is. Here I go. And if he's introduced what the scripture tell you, here we go. Prince William born June 21st, 1982 at 9:03 p.m. Charles, November 14th, 1948. I've given you clues again. Another one for those who have eyes to see. Go through my pictures on TikTok. I showed you the mark of the Messiah. For he will bruise their head, the governments of the world, and you will bruise his knee. I showed you that. You took it as coincidence. I told you August 23rd, 1973 was my birthday. Those numbers add up to 33. I told you I was conceived in Dumas, Arkansas. That is the 33rd parallel. I told you, as the scriptures said, he was be down south and his mother will flee with the child in him to the west, Oakland, California. And I was born in the Highland Hospital, the place where the Negro Judah was kept. And on that day at 1:54 a.m., being a cusp, meaning the dark was turning to light, as Osiris, as Christ did. I did. What I'm speaking of stretches from the Emerald Tablets to every history of man. 8/23/1973, 33. Dumas, Arkansas, 33rd parallel. Oakland, California, Alameda County, 37th parallel. If you know anything, ask Google. That is the same as moving from the Christos into the crown. You still think I'm bullshitting. Now, let me break it down for you, for those who didn't. Because I see you're waiting to die. You do not want Zion, the new Jerusalem. For when I left as the Christ on the mountain, I said I will return there. I am Colorado Springs, Colorado. The springs, the living waters written about in the Bible that will flow from the mountain Ezekiel spoke of. I was born August 23rd, 1973 at 1:54 a.m. The first house is the core identity or strength. If you want to go buy cards, I'll do that as well. That is the strength and the hermit, the major arcana. Also known by this alignment is called the regal realist. Passion of fire of ground by earth. God said the end will be destroyed by fire, not water, for we're moving from Pisces. Are you following me? If not, keep listening. First house, core identity, strength, and the hermit. Two major arcana. Real Regulus. Passion of fire, grounded by earth, allowing to turn big dreams into meticulous step-by-step reality. The external mass, the chariot. That's my Cancer ascending. Emotional armor and directed movement. Hard shell that hides a sensitive interior. In other words, anybody born in this is your south node, so you were born in hell. Karmic path, the moon, south node in Cancer is the first house. Cancer south node, past life, comfort and caretaking, emotional vulnerability and nostalgia, self-sufficiency, master, navigator in shadow work. Life path, Queen of Pentacles, Cancer energy, practical, detail-oriented leader, Virgo, Leo, cusp. Now, I have filled out some of the scriptures already. For he will come from Bethlehem. Bethlehem, that is Virgo, the Virgin Mother. For she will be crowned. She holds wheat in her hand. Wheat is the house of bread. Bethlehem, Jerusalem will become Zion. This is what's starting to happen. But I was born in hell. This is known as the suffering servant. This is something out of my control. You make all that coincidence as well. Second house, justice, Libra, chariot, Cancer, Empress, Venus, core attention, card for wealth and beauty. Judgment with Pluto, cycles of rebirth regarding how to make money or what you value most. As I told you, I kept being reborn as the first. The first will become the last, and the last will be revealed, and at that time he will be coming to save woman. Just as Christ said, I'll go on to a different flock. Judgment, Pluto, cycles of rebirth regarding how to make money or what you value most. The Fool, Uranus, leap of faith with resources, key minor arcana, second of swords, moon in Libra. Share this with someone, pastors, people who have intelligence, scientists, people who learn gematria. They will decipher what I'm saying. For God speaks high, not low. I can only speak as a father say. For Kenneth Earl Pickett decreases as the Father increases in me. Something you must learn in order to find heaven. For heaven and hell is here. It never left. Third house. Death, Scorpio, profound transformation through my words and learning. The Magician for Mercury, detective like mine. The fair who finds out secrets. Strength, Leo, communicate with warm, undeniable authority. Sun, Leo, optimistic and success to my local interactions and intellectual pursuits. Third house, Knight of Wands, Leo energy, creative ideas, also known as a Knight of Cups because your Scorpio is there, which is water influence. Emotional intelligence to speak with persuasive power. Summary, Queen of Wands embodies the specific blend. Fourth house, domestic foundation, temperance and wheel of fortune. Temperance is Sagittarius, home life of alchemy and blending, merging different cultures, higher learning and spiritual beliefs into harmonious base. Wheel of fortune, Jupiter and Sagittarius. Sense of security come from travel, frequent changes in living situations. The moon, which is Neptune's influence. Sanctuary, feel almost psychic sensitivity to my home environment. Potential confusion or illusions regarding family history. Empress, Venus, emphasizes a need for beauty and luxury in my private dwelling. Mother of my cycle, core identity, the Hermit, which is a Virgo sun. I use home as a laboratory for my deep intellectual and spiritual research. The spiritual architect, the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo energy, combined with the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, fulfills your fourth house. Fifth house, known as the devil, Capricorn, is where you're placed. Your play is very serious, intense creative ambitions, need to master desires rather than being enslaved by them. Justice is your Libra energy, need for aesthetic harmony and fair play in my romantic life. Want a fair contract, a creative partner who meets my high standards. Shadow power, moon, black moon Lilith. My deepest joy comes from breaking traditional dating rules. Fifth house. Continued. Soul direction, wheel of fortune. This is your north node. My soul is moving towards taking risks, finding faded creative outlets, learning that to have fun without over the cost. Summary, Queen of Swords. Sixth house, revolutionary service, the star. This is the Aquarius. Mission of innovation and humanitarian contribution. Daily routines fueled by a desire to improve society. Use cutting edge technology to help others. The Magician, Mercury, is all over your chart. Daily work involves manifestations, big ideas through practical and digital means. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, is all over your chart. Remain optimistic to change fortunes, opportunities for service and health, breakthrough in appearance. The Fool, North Node, Uranus influence, urge to take leap of faith into unconventional careers or radical new wellness routines. Seventh house cusp descendant, Scorpio, Capricorn mix suggests a need for both profound transformation and a rock solid viability. Death, Scorpio card. I am attracted to intense, all or nothing partners who challenge me to evolve. Relationships for me are often catalysts for personal rebirth. Devil, Capricorn. I need stability to ground me. Someone hardworking and ambitious. Summary is the Queen of Swords. Precision of Knight of Pentacles. Capricorn work ethic. Embodying the Queen of Swords. I am an intellectual, forward-thinking leader who manages daily chaos with sharp, detached logic while navigating deeply complex and transformative partnerships. Seventh house. The Devil, Capricorn. Long-term relationships is grounded in the devil. This energy does not mean evil. It means commitment, karma, and material security. I seek partners who are stable, ambitious, or even traditional, representing a journey from rigid boundaries and duty towards spiritual surrender and unconditional love in my partnerships. Soul evolution, the moon, Pisces controls. Relationships are not for me about paying bills or social status like a Capricorn, but about deep, soulful, and sometimes confusing emotional mergings. I am drawn to partners who are healers, artists, highly sensitive mystics. The harmonizer, temperance, the blend. Learn to balance the particular of a partner who shows up on time with the spiritual need for a partner who understands my soul. Earth, structure, water, boundless. Summary, you are the King of Cups, master of emotional seas. Eighth house, entry point, the Emperor, Aries, energy, I am assertive, a pioneer when it comes to joint ventures or inheritance. I am the boss of my transformation. In intimacy, there is a conqueror energy. I am directed. I'm a direct, passionate, and don't like to wait. Ground force, the Devil Capricorn energy points to a very serious karmic financial obligation or intense, all-consuming physical attractions, representing the need to master the material world and face my shadow self with discipline. Transformation card, Death, Scorpio, 8th house, the Tower, Mars and Aries. 8th house strategy, my rebirths are rarely slow or quiet. When I change, it happens like the Tower, sudden and explosive and total. I burn down old structures like the Capricorn with my fiery will of the Aries. I clear the path for something entirely new. Summary, the King of Wands. I am a master of my own power, able to handle 8th house matters like debt, tax, deep trauma with charisma and strategic action. I learned to use my ambition of Capricorn as a vehicle for my bravery of Aries in the deepest, most private parts of my life. 9th house, grounded rebel. I seek higher truth and expansion through a mix of stubborn traditionalism and radical unconventional action. Foundation, the Hierophant, Taurus, belief system. Energy, I value wisdom that has stood the test of time. I find comfort in established traditions, physical pilgrimage, studying tangible philosophies, architecture, history, arts, slow to change my mind once I found the truth. Internal disruptor, the star, Aquarius is you. Energy, bring a sense of hope, futuristic vision, and outside the box thinking. Actually, you vision the future is for me to be a humanitarian and evolutionary place, applying old school wisdom to new age worlds. The catalyst of Tower, Mars. My spiritual breakthroughs often come from controlled explosions. My drive through, like what this guy made me do. My drive through truth is electric and can be guided by stubborn of Mars. Summary, you are the king of pentacles. Mind of a scientist, practical and financially savvy. Taurus, pentacles. I want to build the new world on a solid physical foundation. The practical idealism, I am learning to use my steady endurance of Taurus to fuel my fight for a better, more logical future with Aquarius and Mars. 10th house, professional mask, lover, the Gemini, versatility, communicator, internal drive, moon, Pisces moon. Your energy is emphasized in mysticism and emotions tied to healing arts, tapping into the collective unconsciousness. Your success comes from trusting intuition over data. Synergy, high priestess, career in counseling, writing, psychic work, any field where hidden truths are uncovered through communication. Summary, Knight of Cups, visionary messenger. Success comes from delivering a message with soul and meaning, not just facts. Intuitive communicator. Your 11th house, protective vanguard. My social circles and long-term dreams are a battlefield where cautious structures meet explosive drive. Foundation, the Chariot. Cancer, tribe is my family. Energy, Chariot, need to steer my social life with emotional intelligence. Am fiercely protected of my family, friends, and move towards my goals with hard shell of determination. The anchor of the world, Saturn, heavy grounding influence to my social sphere. Energy, the world, boundaries, delays, eventual mastery. The value of quality over quantity. Your spark, the Tower, Mars, and Aries is your war cry. Your energy is the catalyst for change in groups or the world. Burn it down to build better. Approach to social justice and community projects. I am the one who fights for the underdog. Summary, Queen of Cups, master of the emotional realm, discipline, advocacy, fiery courage, and patience to protect and nurture communities and the world. I am. Y'all kept, y'all am.